one way or another, something goes wrong, and then I would inevitably spiral. Well, I'm back at that point, and if I don't start changing, if I don't start actually doing what I'm supposed to, I'm going to eat myself to death. And my organs will start to fail again. Granted, one of the bigger problems back then was I had an addiction to painkillers, because of how heavy I was. I was at 152 kilos. Everything hurt. Just existing, I didn't even have to do anything. Just sitting down, standing still, everything hurt. So I lived on painkillers. The second, or even sometimes a bit before a dose was about to finish, I'd take another hit. And I lived like that for a few years. The main reason my liver was starting to fail, and a couple other things. I no longer live on painkillers, but it wasn't the only cause of the problem. My lack of fitness, my lack of getting any real exercise, and my diet were just atrocious. Kind of like that. Now, although that is slightly getting better this week. Well, it hasn't been all that great since the year started. It is a tremendous improvement on what it was when last year ended. Anyway, I'm going to finish out this lap and I'm going to turn it around. The Zork walk was originally founded, the name, the concept at that wedding, to get me out of my own way, get me back on the right path, get me outside from walking and exercising again. It worked once, it can work again. And despite the fact I'm not as heavy as I was then, things are starting to fail again. My body is starting to tell me once more that if I don't change, I'm going to end up killing myself if I keep going the way I have been. So that's a lot of sweat. I think it's time to Zork walk in this channel and everything I've claimed that I'm going to do over the years and failed miserably, which has not been smart on my point. It's completely destroyed the value of my word. After all, imagine pretty much every single one of you watching this who knows me has heard me say one thing and fail it almost immediately, more times than you can count. As a result, whenever I speak, I'm just spilling out hot air that none of you believe. And I know most of you talk about behind my back as, alright, so when do you think he's going to fuck it up this time? Well, not this time. This time I push forward. Because my options are basically do it and succeed or die. So either I'm going to be thin, fit and healthy, celebrating with you all, or you can all have fun at my funeral. Anyway, I'm going to finish this lap now. Back in the car, and just finished my 2 laps. Goal achieved for the day. Apologize for getting a little heavy on you there. Just, I don't know, I'm listening to this audio book while doing all this, and it's making me realize things. Plus, I don't know, I'm sore, I'm tired, I'm angry mostly at myself. And I am also aware I kind of spilled the beans on the whole painkillers thing. I mean, I know most people would never clue about that, so it's going to come as a surprise to some of you, or that my health is as bad as it is at the moment, because it's not great. But it can all be turned around. no longer addicted to painkillers, haven't been for quite some time. And if I turn around my bad eating habits and I lose the weight, all this excess weight, it'll take the pressure off of all my joints. It'll take the pressure off of a lot of my internal organs as well. And I'll come good. So one way or another, this will come to an end soon. But it'll end with me being a healthy weight for the first time in about, I don't know, more than 10 years, that's for sure. Pretty sure the last time I was a healthy weight, I was 19 or 20, one of the two, which was a long friggin' time ago considering I'm 32. Anyway, that's enough from me today. And it ends today, let's see, Wednesday the 24th of January 2024. I'm going to go home now and take a very much needed shower, although honestly looking at me it looks like I already stepped out of the shower considering all this, how wet I am with sweat. Although I have to admit though, this Dr. Squanch stuff really works. I'm literally drowning in sweat and yet my armpits still smell fantastic. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna go home and shower, sit down and relax for a bit, and then have tea, which tonight is it's gonna be a chicken burger. And I mean that singularly. It's one of the ways I'm changing my eating habits, getting rid of the greasy beef and putting in a nice healthy chicken breast on the burger, and instead of having 2 or 3, just having the 1. So that'll help a lot. And yeah, I'm eating soups and stuff now for meals, healthy soups, so that's also gonna help change things. Anyway, I'm done for today. I'm out. See you next time. It's Saturday. I'm about to go for another walk. I've left it a little late, so it's going to be hot as shit. And then when I get home and shower after that, then I have to then basically get dressed and go to work for 6 hours, scrubbing floors and what have you at that place. My emotions and my stress levels have been running high this week. And I'm feeling that everything I've been doing lately has been a mistake. And that I'm going to hop on those scales tomorrow morning. And I'm going to be more than a little bit pissed at the number I see. Because in truth, I'm thinking it's going to be a gain. And not a little one either. When I did Jenny Craig a while back before it went ass up. I was actually doing quite well on it. Actually, I liked the food. But yeah, one thing they kept telling me was, whenever I'd report in, you've had a bad week. You've eaten shit and stuff, and you're like telling them, oh no, not going to have a good weighing result. And then you actually do. They would always tell me that, well, yeah, it showed good this time, but odds are next time around, that's when all your crappy decisions from this week are going to come back and bite you in the ass. And they did. They did. I haven't been that great in previous weeks. In fact, since this started, this would be the only week I've actually eaten well. And I've been doing some exercise, but in truth, I've also been stressed out of my mind. When I'm stressed, that's when I'd normally gorge on takeout and snacks and stuff.
which probably responsible for part of it, but apparently when you get stressed, your body releases certain chemicals, and as a result, you tend to gain weight. I've been stressed to no end. I've been eating like shit up to this point. And yeah, I've got my usual excuses, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have a gain. I'm thinking I'm going to have a massive gain, and I'm thinking as a result of this, pretty much anyone and everyone who's watching this is going to be going, well, that's Zach, Captain Fuck Up. He's done it again. Let's not bother watching. As you can tell, this channel and this whole endeavor of mine is probably one of the biggest causes of my stress. Anyway, I'm gonna finish getting dressed, and then I'm gonna go do a park walk, do probably another 2 laps today. Come home, drenched, shower, and get ready for work. Anyway, it's yeah, thinking tomorrow is going to be bad. I'm thinking I'm going to weigh in and it's not going to be good. I'm thinking I'm going to have gained quite a lot. Basically be back where I started, if not worse, is my guess. Honestly, I'd look right now, but I really just don't want to. Because I think it would just add to it all. Anyway, I'll see you for the inevitable horror that is the weigh-in tomorrow. Toodaloo. Going for a walk in the middle of the day, in the sun, in Queensland during summer. It's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done. And I have done some really stupid shit in my life. As you can tell by looking at me right now, I am burnt to a crisp. And I have to go to work soon. That's gonna be fun. I'm completely buggered. Burnt to all hell, and I've got a long ass shift to do. I'm one of the dumbest people alive.